studies show that the more carbon in the environment, the greener the planet, and the more robust the fruit thereof. So I think its plan to bury it is just completely backwards. So there's $2 billion saved right there. According to Bjorn Lomborg, author of The Skeptical Environmentalist, we're breathing cleaner air and drinking cleaner water than at most any time since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. So things aren't as bad as Al Gore and David Suzuki make them out to be. And any policies that they come up, you can pretty much be sure are the wrong ones. Common sense has to dictate environmental policy, as it has to dictate healthcare, education, and everything else. And we don't want to be zealots, and so we need to exercise some common sense in that area.
The questions have been just excellent, and I think I have a couple hundred here, so please don't feel hurt if yours didn't make it to the top of the stack, but we are up to our final question. I decided to make it one of the easy ones that came in, beginning with Danielle. It says, all politicians say one thing, get elected, and do another. Name one thing you'll do, go on the record saying you will do, and do it.
Oh, wow, I could talk long about that. Let me just tell you about my history. Because some of you in the room may remember me from my school board days. I got elected on the Calgary Board of Education and got fired 10 months later. And I want to tell you about what happened there. I ran on a conservative platform with my friend Peggy Anderson, who works for Jason Kenney's office. And when we got there, we found out that they didn't believe that our job was to represent our constituents to the administration. They felt that our job was to represent the administration's views back to our constituents. So on that issue, I think what you saw, very clearly we had two different factions on that board. Very clearly we had very different ideas about how we should conduct our business, and very clearly it became dysfunctional. I think that shows, the fact that we got fired, I think it's not something that I'm entirely proud of, but I think what I am proud of is this. We could have decided to go along to get along. We could have decided to just listen to the administration, nod and rubber stamp the decisions that came through there. We chose not to. We chose to fight. And sometimes you've got to stand up and you've got to fight for what's right, even if it's going to get you fired. I'm prepared to do that.
This is the easiest question I've been asked all night.
Do I don't have any more? Am I done? Oh, I was just going to say one last thing. Was my time done?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry.
Okay, let me just say then one thing quickly. One of my heroes is Margaret Thatcher. One of the things that she said is my favorite quote, and it's on my website. If you set out to be liked, you'll be prepared to compromise on anything at any time, and you will accomplish nothing. I've been an editorial writer and columnist for 10 years. I've probably had a lot of things negative said about me, probably everything you could possibly imagine. I've got pretty thick crocodile skin at this point. I just want you to know this lady's not returning either.
As I said, this is the easiest question I've been given all night. To keep the federal Liberals out of office indefinitely, I, Jeff Willerton, as Premier of Alberta, will authorize a province-wide referendum on the issue of separation to be held within 6 months of every election or re-election of a Liberal government in Ottawa, or as soon as reasonably possible following the usurpation of power by any coalition consisting thereof.
At the core, the system is broken because we have MLAs that feel it's their job to come back and tell us why they had to go this way. When I was in Grand Prairie, I got told by my team that one of their MLAs came and told the city council why it is a good thing that they will not be getting the improvements to their hospital. Now this is a hospital facility designed for a city of 20,000 when Grand Prairie is now more than twice that size. And so the one thing that I have said over and over again that I would put on the line, and I would rather be voted out, I would rather lose than compromise on this, is that we need to implement the democratic reforms that many of us fought for so long in the Reform Party, and that is recall, free votes, fixed election dates, term limits, referendums, citizens' initiatives, and we need to hold our next election for elected senators. Because we need to stand up for these and do the things that fundamentally will allow us as individuals the voice we want in government. Because then, whatever else happens after that, you will have a better system to either cheer me on or kick me out.
I was told you guys are all going to be on Rutherford tomorrow at 11 o'clock, I believe. Yep. So if you dial in now and get on hold, you might get through with it. And I'm sure some of the candidates will be staying about for a little while afterwards, and maybe you can core them. And if you can't, you're more than welcome, if you haven't gotten a membership, to head to the membership table and possibly contribute, because we do need memberships and contributions so that one of these great people does become our future great mayor. So beginning with closing statements.